What's up, everybody? This is Members Only, the EverWash podcast. On today's show, we're kicking things off with our very first episode. This is going to be a monthly podcast where we're talking memberships, car washing, and what it really takes to grow a successful business, all without taking ourselves too seriously. On today's episode, we're joined by EverWash founder and CEO Scott Caplan, who's not just leading EverWash, but also a car wash owner himself. He's running EverWash Unlimited in Conshohocken, and he just closed on a new car wash up in Roxborough, so we'll be talking about that. We'll be getting into Scott's background, how being an operator has influenced the way he thinks about memberships and running EverWash. We'll also hit a few industry updates and talk about what EverWash has coming up, including trade show season. We'll wrap things up with some off-topic conversation, so stay tuned for the rest of the show. If you like what you hear, make sure you follow and subscribe. We'll be posting these on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much anywhere where you get your podcasts. Keep sticking with us. We're going to have a lot more coming up soon. So without further ado, here's episode 1 of Members Only, the EverWash podcast. You're listening to Members Only, the EverWash podcast, a monthly conversation focused on membership, growth, and what actually works for busy car wash professionals. I'm Max Pulcini, your host, and I'm joined by Chris Villella and Scott Caplan. How you guys doing today?
We're doing good today, Max.
Doing great.
So this is the first episode of Members Only, the brand new EverWash podcast. So we're going to start by introducing our show and ourselves a little bit. This is going to be a monthly podcast for car wash operators by experts in the car wash industry. We're going to be talking about membership. We're going to be talking about business growth. We're going to be talking about a little bit of fun stuff too. So stay tuned for the entire show. There's going to be something for everybody on each and every episode. A little bit about me. I'm Max Pulcini. I'm the VP of Marketing here at EverWash. Pretty much touch anything revolving around marketing, advertising, PR over here at EverWash, but also specialize in giving solutions, whether they're marketing or communications-based solutions, to our wash partners. So really excited to share some of those insights with you all today and throughout the rest of the series. Chris, why don't we talk about you next? Why don't you let the audience know who you are and what you do here at EverWash?
Chris Villella. I am the Chief Commercial Officer. I oversee everything on the commercial side, everything from lead intake through sales through customer success. I work with the teams. We work to build the products, and glad to be here, Max. It's been a long journey, but I'm glad we're finally here today.
We're finally here, and add podcast co-host to the long list of roles you have here.
Yes, thank you.
We're also joined by a very special guest today, our captain, our fearless leader, our founder and CEO, Scott Caplan. How you doing, Scott?
Head tire scrubber. Wheel scrubber. That's what I am. Yeah. This is awesome. Thanks for having me. Scott Caplan, founder, CEO, been in the industry now about 10 years, and super excited to talk about car washing and membership.
Yeah, and Scott, you have a bit of a reputation in the industry for being a gym guy, right? So why don't you let people know, maybe their first time hearing your story, a little bit about your background and what led you to car washing?
Yeah, well, I was an overweight. Well, I'm still overweight child, and got into shape as a kid, and really got excited and interested in the fitness industry, and actually opened my first gym when I was 21. And ended up building it up to a chain in the Philadelphia, New Jersey market. And we really learned early on about membership at the gym, in the gym business, and took that experience and brought it into the car wash space about 10 years ago.
Right on. And you've kind of evolved from being the gym guy in the car wash industry to a full-fledged car wash guy. You have 2 car washes right now. Well, you just closed on your second one, so you've been running one EverWash Unlimited for a little while, and congrats on closing on your second location.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll get a little bit more into that in the interview segment, but really happy to have you here, man. Thanks again. So wanted to, before we get into the news of the day and what's going on with EverWash, just wanted to ask you guys a quick question. How's the year going so far? Anything new and exciting going on? Any New Year's resolutions that you've already decided to opt out of and pull the parachute on?
I am very good with resolutions, Max. You know that.
Okay.
This year's resolution is one hardcover book a month.
Okay, that changes things.
I really prefer the year methodology, but there's really nothing that comes out of that. So my goal is to read one book a month.
What's first on the agenda?
I have it, and when we come out of the break, I'll think about it, but I think it's something about how you look at things. I'm sorry, I forget the name. I did know it 30 seconds ago, but it's a really good book. I'm about halfway done. It gives you a broader vision of how to look at things, not from how you look at them today.
Right on.
Look at them from other people's perspectives.
Right on. You a big self-help book guy?
I do like self-help books, but I always go back to what George Carlin said about them, that the people who read self-help books need punched in the face. So I try to balance that with actually reading. Big Tony Robbins fan.
Right on.
Big Tony Robbins fan.
Awesome. How about you, Scott?
Yeah, so I didn't make the dry January, so that didn't happen.
Nice.
But I'm hoping, we've still got time. I could maybe do dry February.
Right.
Yeah. So.
It doesn't ring quite as well as dry January, but ultimately the effect is the same.
It's a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Awesome. Yeah, on my end, I just been trying to write things down more, whether it's personal stuff or professional stuff. We're so used to typing things on our phone, it just doesn't feel real half the time. So when you actually sit down and write things down in a notebook and reflect on it a little bit more, I found that to be pretty helpful so far. Not just with remembering what I have to do with work every day, but remembering like finer points of movies that I've just seen or stuff like that. So,
do you do it every day?
Every day I try to sit down at home right before I go to bed and just jot down a few notes of what really resonated from the day. I do it a lot when I'm on travel, when I'm on vacation. I like writing every fine detail down.
And that's what I do. Those trips I take, the last 3, I have detailed journals of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
It's a good thing, but the discipline to do it every day will ultimately transition over to what you do from a daily basis. And that's why I like it, because I had to force myself on those trips to not follow dry January and be able to write stuff down. But the journaling is huge. Especially as you get older, you'll find out.
Yeah, right. So that's awesome, guys. Well, again, happy to have you guys here. And we'll be back for our next segment, which we call The Wash Wire, where we're going to go over what's new and exciting with EverWash and the industry as a whole. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks. We're back with the members only EverWash podcast. Here with episode 1, we're going to enter our first news segment of this podcast. We call this The Wash Wire. So our first topic is the busy winter season, right? So the winter is always a busy time of year, especially here in the Northeast for car washing. Salt's on the road, snow's falling. People are aggressively trying to get that car looking good before they head over to any holiday dinner or feast they may be going to. But it's a great time to sell memberships as well as a result, right? When volumes are high, you have more at-bats, more chances to hit a home run. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what you guys see as a successful driver of not just volume, not just revenue, but membership during the winter season. Scott, I want to kick it over to you first. As a car wash owner, what are some things that you try to implement at your wash to capture as many members as possible during these busy times of the year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fairly simple. You obviously want to make sure that you're putting out a really clean product and service is top notch. But as I think everybody knows, is really how many at-bats that you have and what your conversion rate is. So I think if you keep it pretty simple and, track your conversion and make sure that you've got your best salespeople, in the line there, pitching membership, I think that's really keeping it simple, but that's what we focus on.
I know you put a huge emphasis on your salespeople and your staff. What do you kind of see as like the qualities in a rock star salesperson?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, certainly personality, making sure that they can build what we call sort of break the ice quickly and as fast as you can kind of build a relationship with that customer when they're pulling up. That's the biggest thing. It's really making sure that they're excited about selling every day and it's and having that consistency for not missing a car every time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a member at Scott's Wash, and one of the things that I really like about your staff is they thank you for being a member. When you pull in and you show them that EverWash app, they say, well, thanks for being a member. And right before they, kind of guide you into that tunnel, they reiterate that. So you really feel like there's a VIP experience there, and I think that's the key. Chris, you head up our account management team, so you have a lot of conversations with folks on the EverWash side who are having these kind of conversations, trying to grow car washes. What are some things that you've heard from your team, or things that you've tried to embolden your team to tell car wash operators during this time of year?
It's not as many as specific things as like Scott laid out. It's more awareness. We try to make sure that the customers are aware what season we're coming into. This really starts for us right after Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. So prepping them, making sure they're ready for the winter, the busy season, everything leading into that really busy season in the Northeast when pollen comes. So now's prep time. We see a lot of price changes now. Everyone's getting ready. So it's supporting what they want, giving best practices, but most importantly, making sure they're aware of it and they're doing something. They know their wash better than we do.
Right.
But how can we support those efforts, and how can we get them ready to maximize, again, like Scott said, the wheels on property?
Yeah.
And hit as many at bats as possible.
You brought up a really great point too, that, it doesn't start and end with the winter. Winter rolls right into that pollen season. Which yellow gold, right, or green gold, depending on the flowers producing it. There's huge opportunity to capture an active audience of membership during the winter months, but retain them through the spring and the pollen season. And we know that when you kind of get your hooks into a member, you create stickiness, you build the habit of washing often. You really have a profitable program to build upon. Yep. On my end, one of the things that I wanted to really kind of explain when it comes to the winter months is be as communicative as possible with your customers and your membership base, right? I know there's a lot of struggles in certain parts of the country. Sub-zero temperatures mean you can't open your bay for the day. Well, not everyone understands that when it comes to your customers and your members. So the best you can, try to message your customers if you know you're going to be closed. Let them know when you're reopen, build some excitement around what could be perceived originally as an inconvenience. And one of the benefits to being an EverWash partner is obviously we can facilitate those communications, those engagements for you. It's also a great time to run some promotions. We just ran our New Year, new washing, new shine savings through the EverWash app. Big win back promotion that we saw a lot of success with in driving customers back and retaining them through the spring. So when it comes to customer engagement, member engagement, and maximizing what you can get out of the folks visiting your wash, there's a lot we can do in the winter months specifically.
Yeah, this morning I just saw our KPIs through December.
Yeah. And
I'm going to tease this a little bit because Max doesn't know this yet, but in the next show, I want a 2-minute data drip. Right and on. The data that I saw specifically, you asked about specifics regarding a family plan.
Right.
And their LTV, how long their lifetime value and their average charge amount, their lifetime charge amount is off the charts. It's jumps off the page. So the value of that and how you can implement the right family plan, making sure you have the right one. All of our partners have it, but making sure you have the right one. And I think we can provide some good insight on the next show for that.
Right on. Well, that's what I call a tease, folks.
Yes.
Right on, right on. Well, speaking about teasing, there's a really cool product upgrade we have in the works here at EverWash. And Chris, I know you've been working on this a lot. It's very near and dear to your heart, given your background as well.
Yes.
So this will be the official first time we're going to mention the EverWash Fleet program here live on the EverWash podcast.
Yeah, they're on the clock now, I guess, from that perspective. But we've been working for the better part of a year on our Fleet app, and I'm almost crazy about it because, as Max said, I have a little background. I have 32 years in fleet, so I think I know what they need and what they want. I will never presume to know what a car wash owner wants, Scott, or whoever would be sitting in that chair, but
we want money.
We want money, yes. And we want to help you make money. But this Fleet app, versus everything I've seen. There's some good products out there, but I want to make sure we're always pushing ourselves to have that product. And I'm very passionate about this. And, the team from IT through yourself, through Scott, knows I'm not going to be happy unless it's the best product possible.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting there, and it's never as fast as Scott and I want it. We wanted it last month, but I know we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, right on. And this is something that, we've gotten a lot of questions and asks for, just a quick and easy way to enable fleets to use, our membership app to make it easier for washes to do their billing and their management. What were some of the big reasons we wanted to implement this, and what are some of the cool features you think we're going to have once this thing finally launches?
Well, when it first launches, we'll be able to provide them data to bill their customers. Ultimately, we're going to provide 3 billing options. And that was evident in our focus group when we did this about a year or so ago. Some of the functions are the ability for the wash and or fleet person, a manager, fleet administrator, to add and remove drivers. It's a seamless process for them. We're working on the functionality to upload multiple drivers. If you have 100 drivers, nobody wants to sit there and type in 100 drivers. We want the ability to upload that into our system. So there's some cool nuances to it that I think are going to be beneficial, that kind of came out of my experiences with fleets on a larger scale, but we're scaling them back a little bit and making this a really good product in the car wash industry.
Right on. Now, Scott, from the car wash owner perspective, obviously we know the benefit of more income, more money. Everyone likes that. What do you have any suggestions or recommendations for folks who are going out there? Maybe what are some good targets for a fleet program to add to your wash, or kind of any insight from your end?
Yeah, I mean, certainly any really business around your car wash is a really good target. And I think there's levels of fleet. It's, right. Smaller fleets, larger fleets, certainly municipalities in your markets is a huge opportunity, which we've been able to, to sign up. So, I mean, I think there's lots of ways to sign up fleets, and, our system is going to really give you a really organized way to do it.
Awesome. Yeah. Anything else with regards to the fleet product?
Yeah. I just want to say, it's not like we don't have the ability to manage fleets today.
Right.
We just want a more seamless process for the end user. Make it more about the car wash and the fleet driver. I think that'll really lead us into a good product and give us the ability to enhance it going forward. Right
on. Yeah. So, we're currently kind of in a pilot stage. We're testing a few things, but you could definitely expect more news from our fleet product in the coming months. And, the best thing about a good podcast is a great transition. So one of the places where you'll be able to learn more about the fleet product is at our trade show booth at the Southwest Car Washing Association's Convention and Expo. It's coming up at the end of February in Fort Worth, Texas. This is one of the 3 big ones that we attend each year, and we're excited to be there yet again. I know you guys will be there at the booth, manning it, and anything cool we can expect at the show?
Stop by the booth. That's all I'll say. As we come into 26, some of the new things that are coming out. Some of the communication things we're building, I think, are really going to be a benefit to the customer. The fleet, obviously, that's the thing I'm most excited about. But there are some other products and enhancements to existing products. But you got to stop by the booth. That's all I got to say.
Right on.
Looking forward to it. Southwest has always been a really good show. This will be my 4th one. Looking forward to it. Scott and I have had some conversations with some potential vendors that we could partner with, and I'm excited to get there.
Awesome. Scott, anything on your end that you're excited for about Fort Worth?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great venue. I mean, it's always nice to catch up with vendors and wash partners that we work with, and again, enjoy the shows because you get to really understand what the car wash community is about, and continue to build those relationships.
Awesome. And we're planning some cool on the floor sound bites for this podcast, for not just the Southwest show, but obviously the ICA show in May, the NRCC in the fall. So stay tuned. We're gonna be cooking up a lot of great content from all these trade shows and industry engagements that we'll be attending. So we look forward to seeing you guys there. If you're planning on attending Fort Worth, be sure to drop us a line, let us know, and set up some time to chat. In the meantime, we'll take another quick break before we get into our special in-depth interview with Scott over here. So keep it locked on Members Only, the EverWash podcast, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. We're about to get into our interview with Scott Caplan right now. Scott, at the top of the show, you kind of gave us a little bit about your gym background, kind of how you got to where we're at now with EverWash. I just want to ask, back in the gym industry in the 90s when you kind of pioneered this whole thing, what were some early lessons you learned about recurring revenue? One thing that you've always said to me that resonates is you learned how, it's best to never start at zero when you have membership. So tell me a bit more about the initial learnings and how those evolved into the idea for EverWash.
Yeah, thanks, Max. Yeah, so in the gym business, when I first started, it was again all paid in full, similar to sort of retail customers in the car wash space. Right. And we started at zero every day, as I always say, and we were chasing dollars to make payroll, to pay our mortgage, or rent, insurance, and it was feast or famine, depending on kind of his New Year's resolutions, and then we kind of rode that out, and then July came, and we were sucking wind and doing everything we can to sort of drive new membership sales. And, once we figured out that we could bill people monthly, and at the time when I said billing people monthly, we basically billed people, we got a voided check from them, and then we were ACHing their bank accounts. And at the time it was really a transition, similar to what happened in the car wash space, where you're really changing how a member of a gym buys your service. And it took us years to get there, to transition from people that were used to giving you paid in full membership to, I don't need the $365 or $400 a month. Just give me $30 a month. And it took a while to get there. But once we got there, it really changed the business. And instead of trying to renew a few hundred people a month or that were paid in full, and you'd call somebody and say, I can't sign up today because my car's broke down. I got to fix that. Getting people on this recurring charge really changed the gym industry, and certainly obviously has changed the car wash industry.
Yeah, for sure. And, talking about voided checks and ACH payments, obviously the advent of mobile apps and, things like, putting your credit card into a phone and having it kind of auto recur that way was a huge game changer, not just in gyms, but obviously in the car wash space, which is, something we were kind of at the forefront of 10 years ago when we started EverWash.
Yeah, actually, in the gym business, people, I don't know if you remember this, when you used to be able to lease a car, you used to have like a payment coupon book. Mm-hmm. We used to also have that as an option. So you'd rip your payment book out, and each month, and you'd write a check and you'd send it in. It was basically like very rudimentary at the time.
And it was month to month with the payment book?
We signed agreements, like 12-month agreements. Now it was hard to collect because you'd have to convince somebody to send their check in, but it was very, without the current technology, it was very old school.
One thing let me jump in. One thing I was always curious about, I never asked you this. At the height of the gym membership business, what was your highest number of members at any given location?
Great question.
Yeah, I mean, we could. That's the thing about it. I mean, the gym business, we can get a gym to 4,000 or 5,000 members, which is quite possible. And again, in the gym business, you're dealing with a much smaller population. About 19% of the population are members to a fitness center. So you're dealing with a much smaller group, but you can, drive membership pretty nicely. It's just a different type of sale.
Right.
We're selling hope in the gym business.
Did you more sell on-site sales or phone?
I mean, it was all the above. I mean, we were, again, you're driving leads, similar to a line at a car wash. You're obviously giving, we do a lot of our sales through trial memberships. So we're giving a trial, we're signing them up, we are getting them to refer their friends and their family, similar to the stuff that we're doing. But it's a different type of sale because you're trying to convince somebody to come in and do something they don't really want to do.
So on that note, a big topic of conversation when it comes to car wash membership is usage, right? And at what point is a member abusing their membership, right? I know you have a take on that in the gym industry, right? They're called gym rats.
Yeah.
How do you feel about gym rats?
We love them, our best members. I mean, people get upset about, this guy's, using all my soap and they're using all my towels, but they're our best members. They refer their friends, they take care of the gyms, they give us feedback quickly, which is important. So we love a good gym rat.
Awesome. And you can see a lot of the things that you took from the gym industry and helped use that to build EverWash, recurring payments, first month promotions, celebrating people that visit early and often. And that's because you saw it work in the gym industry. So you went out and created a solution for the car wash industry. Cause it works. Recurring revenue is kind of where we're headed. But outside of EverWash, you realize that not just the platform that supports recurring revenue is important, but having a car wash itself that's all in on that model is just as important as having the tool and the platform to do it. So that's why I want to talk a little bit less about EverWash and now more about EverWash Unlimited, the car wash, and your next location in Andorra that's opening up or reopening up again soon. What are some things that have surprised you most since you've become a car wash operator in addition to the CEO of EverWash that you've taken maybe from the gym industry, but from your experience at EverWash as well?
Yeah, I think the first thing is, now that we're in the car wash space, you have a much better conversation with a car wash owner when I can speak from their experience. Right. Before they say, well, who's this gym guy? You don't know anything about this business. Well, I didn't because I wasn't operating a car wash, but now I do. So I understand a lot of the pain that they deal with.
Mm-hmm. What's one of those things that was maybe a little harder than you expected? One of those pain points.
I thought fitness equipment was a pain in the ass. Car wash equipment, I don't care if it's brand new. It is a lot of work to keep these car washes running.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's a tremendous amount of work.
Do people care more when faulty equipment hurts their shoulder or when it scratches their car?
It's interesting. The same thing. But interesting in the gym business, if we have a treadmill down, we've got 30 other treadmills.
Right.
In the car wash business, your conveyor's down, you're you're out of business.
Diego, we're gonna have to bleep that.
We're gonna bleep that.
Max, he did not get the PG note.
Oh, sorry. It's all good. That works out great. No, that's a really great point. You have a very clear bottleneck when it comes to the car wash.
Yeah, certainly. Even with the weather, it's freezing out. It's, to keep these car washes operating when it's cold and things don't freeze up, make sure the heat's, there's a lot to get it right.
Yeah.
Not only with the equipment, but also the chemicals.
Right.
It's a nonstop job between, maintenance and tinkering.
Right. So, that's what was harder than expected. There had to be a few things that were pretty familiar though, right?
Yeah, listen, in the gym business, we would die to have a line of people that we could pitch all day. You imagine having a line of people outside of your gym just waiting in line. That you can say, hey, thanks for coming in today. Can I offer you a gym membership or a car wash membership? It's just great to be able to pitch that many people.
Yeah.
So that's what's exciting about it. We just, never seen anything like it, to be able to pitch hundreds of people a day, all day long, and just track your conversion. It's the best.
And that's why, back to what we were talking about earlier, that's why the salesperson, the staff is so important, right? Because you have so many of these opportunities. I know we're sports guys here. We like using the baseball, the at-bat, kind of lingo here, but that's what it is. So you want to maximize those at-bats. You can't win unless you score.
That's right. That's right.
What do you do, Scott, to drive those wheels on property, to get more people at your wash to convert? What are some of the techniques you use?
Yeah, I think, certainly, weather is a huge driver, but making sure their signage is great to make sure people understand that you're there. Certainly, you could do marketing, social media to just drive the message. And obviously, we do a lot of free washing. First visit's free, which is a great way to drive new customers. So the wash, and the way really I always looked at it, similar to what I thought about in the gym business, is I want somebody to come to my gym or my car wash first. Right. By giving them something essentially try before you buy is just, I'm a total believer in that.
How are you with conversions? Give some perspective on how you track them and why I know why they're important, but if somebody's listening and doesn't know why the conversions, and monitoring that diligently is important to a car wash owner.
Yeah, I mean, I think to have a successful membership program, and I think if you look at sort of what the industry average is, it's fairly low. I hear a lot of car washes saying they're happy with a 5% conversion rate or 10% conversion rate. That's the piece of the business I think that the industry as a whole is really starting to really hone in on, is this conversion rate. And in the gym business, again, I keep going back to that because of my history in that. But we convert about 80% of the people that come in to members in the gym business, which is a huge number. Huge. But we've been doing it a long time, right? And we've really gotten really good at doing it. And I think that's really what's going to happen in the car wash space.
Yeah. It helps that people kind of go into a gym expecting to become a member, right?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they're expecting to go into a gym, might not be your gym. So right. they're shopping, they're looking. So when you think that, I think that's where it's going in the car wash space. How do you keep somebody at your car wash instead of going to somewhere else and flipping their membership somewhere else?
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. One of the cool things about you being a car wash owner now is the ability to kind of test things out. And we've kind of used the term test kitchen with EverWash Unlimited in Conshohocken. What are some things that like you've tried out that maybe other car wash operators you've spoken to were unwilling to try, but you're like, we have this opportunity. Let's try something a little bit new, out of left field, and what's landed and what, are you happy you tried, but maybe wouldn't do again?
Yeah, I think first thing is pricing. How I price the wash, and we essentially have one membership price, and it's the only thing that we advertise.
Right.
So it's when somebody comes in, they see one membership price, and we do offer single washes, but we don't. Really, when somebody comes in, we're saying, hey, we're really built for membership, and we give them all the reasons to sign up, but we're not really pushing retail at all. It's all membership.
Right. It's a radical concept.
It's a radical concept. Yeah. So it's not for everybody, but it works.
Right on.
So I've sort of proven that it does work, and happy to share my numbers with anybody.
Awesome. Awesome.
The other thing that I did, which I think the industry really moved into, was just free vacuums for everybody. When I'm talking about express washes, is sort of free vacs, drive traffic, and use those, and be able to convert those people that are using the free vacs. I took it another way, as my vacs are free just for members. Mm-hmm. And with the EverWash app, we able to turn those vacuums on. If you're not a member, we're happy to have you, but you're going to pay for those vacuums.
Right on. Yeah, and it doesn't just stop with the vacuums. You also have a whole freebie zone, right?
That's right.
For members. So you offer detailing sprays, car scents. So essentially, you run through the tunnel, you pull over, you use the EverWash app to activate that vacuum. You get your free time there, and then you have time to spend some time doing some detailing. All for free if you're a member.
That's right. Yeah, and again, I think it's going back to this, creating this experience. People, I loved washing my car. Now, as you get a little older, you want to do a little bit of it. You don't want to do the whole thing. Like, I'll take it through the car wash and then finish it off outside. It's a really relaxing thing to do.
That's a great point. And that's kind of the nice thing about
hold on
having that model.
Have you taken your car through your car wash?
Yeah, of course I have.
Just checking.
Yeah,
I'll make sure.
Yeah, come on.
Have you used the freebie zone?
Love the freebie zone. It's the best.
Yeah, me too. I'm there at least once a week.
I am a fleet member at Unlimited, so that is our fleet test kitchen, everyone.
There you go. Well, that's awesome. So, let's kick it kind of outside of the test kitchen, outside of EverWash Unlimited, and talk more about how your experience as a car wash operator has helped shape EverWash's direction and EverWash's future. So have there been any like product decisions that we're doing here at EverWash that have been influenced by your experience as a car wash operator?
I mean, I think a lot of it is being on both sides of it and understanding, again, what the car wash owners, what their needs are. And again, everything that we build, as has been from listening to our car wash partners and them telling us, hey, this is important. This is something that we're looking to do. And again, from day one, it's that feedback loop that has really helped us, make our product better.
Yeah, right on. Anything that you feel like EverWash is leaning in on harder now since you've become a car wash operator?
I mean, I think certainly anything to do is to sign people up faster, to be able to re-sign them up. Fleet is a huge piece of it. I mean, again, I think every car wash owner's managing fleets some way. Again, we could do some in the app, but this, to have a really great way to manage it. I mean, we're dealing with two. We've got a very paper system to manage our fleet. So this one part of kind of living it on the other side.
Right. Any questions on your end, Chris?
No, I'm good.
Right on. So Scott, looking ahead to the rest of the year and beyond, any car wash trends that you have your eye on this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting is, you sort of, you saw what was happening in the, in the express tunnel world where, pay stations were kind of the rage. What you're seeing now is that's kind of, people are understanding that they don't necessarily need pay stations all the time, or they need lanes to process cars. So I think, the advent of sort of new technology that's out there is really helping convince wash owners that, pay stations are not as important as they used to be.
Right.
That's one piece. I mean, again, we think that there's, certainly huge opportunities, not only with expresses, but also with the in-bays and self-serve world, which we're really doubling down on.
Right on. Anything you think operators should be focusing in on in Q1?
Again, I mean, I think I keep things pretty simple. I think as long as you're putting out a really shiny, nice car and your car wash really looks good, making sure that the lot's clean and the tunnel's in good shape and the lighting's great and all the basics are there. Right. It's all about that conversion. So I will drive that home all day long.
Chris?
I've seen you drive it home, but from my end, it's what I said before. It's about being prepared. The wash should be prepared for what's coming up in the winter and in the spring. I think you don't want to lose the season, basically. Right. And we're here to support you.
Fate favors a prepared state of mind.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, Scott, thanks again for your time taking a deep dive with us on EverWash Unlimited, on the new wash that's coming up sometime this year, right?
Oh yeah.
And for keeping us posted on everything that's new and exciting with EverWash. Thanks for everything you do, man.
Thank you.
You want to hang around for the wrap up?
Yeah.
Right on.
Let's do it.
You got time?
Cool. So we'll be back on the other side of this break with Suds and Stuff, our off-topic conversation of the month. Keep it locked here on Members Only, the EverWash podcast. All right, guys, welcome back to Members Only, the EverWash podcast. We're about to wrap up episode 1. Can't believe we're already at the end here. But episode 1 of our podcast is almost in the book. So we're going to end this with a segment I call Suds and Stuff, which is just the odds and ends, right? We're here to talk about whatever is on our minds. Chris, you've had our entire audience on the edge of their seats waiting for the title of the book that you're reading and its author. What do you got for us?
The book is called Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Wynn.
Okay.
Very good book. Just how to think outside the box.
Right on.
Whether it's personal, professional, anything like that. Really good read, quick read.
Right on.
I gave it to Dave Anderson to read. I don't know if he's read it yet, but we'll find out.
Cool. Scott, you reading anything or watching anything? What's going on at the Caplan household?
Nothing good. I always say I saw the movie, reading, not much happening on the reading side, but a lot of throwing the ball for the dog.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Why don't you tell the audience a little bit about Roxy?
We could have a whole podcast about it. We should do an interview.
I think we need to bring Roxy in for an episode and at least see how
this
that goes.
Thing would blow up. I mean, she's
Roxy, for those of you who don't know, is the cutest little poodle who we have the privilege of getting in office every now and again. Not so much in the new office. It's a little bit too big. She might get lost. But
I'm not allowed. The dog's got rules.
The dog's got papers, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
As they say in the Big
Who
Lebowski.
has rules, the dog or you?
Definitely me. Okay. Yeah. But great dog.
Any cool TV or movies you've seen lately?
I'm a loser. It's I like the news. I watch a lot of news.
Right.
So I'm pretty addicted to that.
Right.
And
as is most of the country.
And if I could stay up past 8:30 at night, it's a good night.
Right on. Right on. Well, I'll be pulling for you. Yeah. We I don't know if you guys stayed up for that national championship game last night. That took a lot out of me. Why do they start these games at like 8:30?
That game started at 7:45.
Did it really?
It ended at 11.
It ended so late.
Yes.
It's crazy.
It was a good game now.
I don't understand why they put these championship games on Monday nights.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
What are you watching? I know Max and I talk about TV, movies.
Yeah.
Not so much music because I'm a lot older, but he's well versed in the arts. Let's say.
Yeah. Well,
what are you watching these days?
We're finishing up a rewatch of The Wire right now.
Oh,
So
you told me that, yeah.
taking a classic stroll through the streets of West Baltimore, which reminds us a whole lot of our home in North Philly. But that's been a fun adventure. Starting the new Game of Thrones series, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So excited to take another stroll through Westeros. It's
I got a bad review from the wife on the episode 1.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good setup. But we'll see how it goes. HBO loves to start strong and end on a whimper and make you wait 3 years for the next season. So we'll see what happens there.
People don't know this outside of our building, but I'm going to tell. Max is a movie aficionado. The man travels hours, and I talk hours to go see a movie on specific screens. What's the last thing you saw?
So, to Chris's point, I do like taking the occasional trip to New York City to the Lincoln Center IMAX. I believe it's 107 feet across of sheer cinematic glory. So the last movie I had the privilege of seeing there was Avatar 3. Not as good as Avatar 2, but still pretty great movie. The last movie I saw was the new 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Which I thought was fantastic. Not for everybody. It was pretty gory. It was pretty crazy, but it was honestly extremely heartfelt in the end. And Ralph Fiennes is one of the greatest actors of our generation. So if you're into the genre, if you like zombie movies, if you like the 28 Days Later series, 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple is definitely something I would highly recommend.
I actually prepped for this segment. The only one I prepped for.
Yeah.
So, finished Landman last night, season 2.
I heard that's good.
Highly recommend season 2. The first 2 seasons were phenomenal. I'm not the biggest Billy Bob Thornton fan, but he is excellent in that role.
I can't believe they're 2 seasons in. I thought it was like a brand new show.
No, Paramount pumps that stuff out. They're 4 seasons into Mayor of Kingstown.
That's insane.
So, and then I said to myself, what can we discuss from a TV standpoint? The best show I watched last year.
Okay.
Adolescence on Netflix.
That wiped up in the award season. I know.
Absolutely. It's a horrifying topic.
Yeah.
No one wants to discuss, but the acting and the script were unreal.
Yeah, I got it. That's on my short list to check out. I always like to revisit, what I didn't watch last year at the start of the year. Mm-hmm. So definitely think that'll be something I watch in the very near future, especially when I want to depress myself a little bit. On the topic of like uplifting stuff, I mean, any good news, guys? Anything fun and exciting going on?
I have a wedding coming up this year, my youngest daughter. So
that's awesome.
That's thrilling. So it's check after check after check.
Yeah, good luck to your wallet.
Thank you. Paid for linens today. Online.
Yeah, that's the hardest pill.
And I'm like, why do I got to pay for linens?
Yeah.
And I had to upgrade the chairs.
Ooh, you don't like the Shibari?
Got you on that. Ooh.
Yes, I'm not going to say how much. The venue's gorgeous. They're very helpful, but their chairs aren't the best, to be honest with you. I was actually there.
So you were on board with this?
I've been there. Yes, I'm the one that actually asked them, can you guys get some new chairs? See what they offer.
It's the equivalent of us getting the upgraded show floor padding.
Yes.
Right? Like you need that.
The fancy padding.
We pay premium dollar for padding. So when you visit our booth at the Southwest Show, know that your feet will be comfortable.
But there is another level of padding you can literally sleep on at those shows. But to pay for chairs, the only reason I did this, Scott, because it's my daughter and she gets whatever she wants, basically. But I sat in the chairs they have. I was there over the holidays. She lives in Pittsburgh. I was not having 120 guests sit on those chairs. I will pay.
You're embarrassed of the chairs. I get it.
I was embarrassed of the chairs.
The thing that folks remember most is the food. The second thing is the chairs.
Yeah, they're gonna be sitting. Aren't they gonna be dancing the whole time?
They better be dancing.
All right, then you don't need chairs.
So that's the good news. That's good and bad because I've never heard of anyone paying for linen.
Oh my god!
It's been the most reasonable thing so far.
Oh my gosh!
So I had
just wait till you get to the flowers.
Oh,
the things that die the day after the wedding. You spend $5,000 on.
We'll save the flowers for the post ICA show.
There you go.
Episode because that's when they're due.
The audience will look forward to your
journey,
accounting book.
The journey of the wedding
when it's all said and done. Scott, your daughter's getting ready to go to college, right? Like that's that college visits. Any cool trips that you've been on lately?
Went up to Penn State a few times. We're definitely lobbying for that.
Right on. I went to Temple. I didn't go to Penn State.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really the college bound person. My parents weren't going to waste the money on that. But my wife, as you guys know, went all the way. Right. So she's really good at school.
Right.
So she's kind of in charge of anything to do with schooling.
Yeah.
I'm, in charge of trash.
There you go. Hold on. The Department of Sanitation at the Caplan household right here.
I joked for years with my wife, you're in charge of their academic growth. I'm in charge of their social growth.
Yeah. That's right.
I don't need to be involved in academics. You take that. Same thing. My wife was a way better student than
well, they asked, I think I remember my son or my daughter asking me for help with their homework in I don't know, 6th grade, and I couldn't do it.
Was it
Good luck.
Was it the new math?
Yeah, it was. What happened to math?
This is the problem. Now that we're going to get into this, I'm going to piss off some educators I know.
Let's do
when
it.
I went to school, all you had to get was the answer.
Right.
Now you have to show them how you got there.
Well, they want to prove you're not an AI.
Who cares? If 7 times 6 is 42, I know it's 42. They don't do time, and you're going to learn this soon. Hopefully, there's no more times tables.
What is it?
I have no idea. You have to show them how you do the new math.
It's like new Coke. It tastes like crap, and it'll be gone. It'll be gone eventually.
Oh, it's not going anywhere. Trust me. It's been 15 years.
For the audience, I got married last year. We don't have kids yet. We'll see what the future holds.
Just practicing.
But it's great to hear insight from folks like you. I'm learning a lot.
It's like 3 generations of fathers. You're new, not father, but Scott's halfway through the journey.
Yeah.
I have 1 wedding left, and I'm done.
And then
they're all off the payroll. Which,
tapping out.
By the way, is never going to happen. You're never off the payroll.
Well, now you have your granddaughter.
She's on the payroll. She is the payroll.
Forever.
Yes.
Right on, guys. Well, that does it for Suds and Stuff. We'll be back for one more outro. We'll say our goodbyes, and that'll be episode 1 in the book. So stay tuned, guys, for the end of Members Only, the EverWash podcast. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for Members Only, the EverWash podcast. Episode 1 is officially in the book, so I just want to thank everybody for your time listening. I want to thank Chris for being my co-host on this journey.
I'm still kind of not sure what my responsibility is here, so.
You're just here to hang out and look good, dude.
Okay, that's easy.
Easy. And Scott, thank you for being our very first special guest. I'm sure this won't be the last time you'll be on the show.
I hope I'm invited back.
100%. We just got to make sure we bleep out those F words to maintain our PG rating. Yeah. But other than that, you're always welcome back.
You have Roxy in the office on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. You're good as gold.
Yeah.
I'll bring Murphy. They can sit there and look at each other.
Love it. Yeah, I will not be bringing my cats anywhere near the office.
Did you see Cassidy's new cats?
No.
Yeah, you got 2 new cats.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, that's topic for the next episode. We'll do a whole segment on the pets of EverWash.
The pets of EverWash?
Yeah.
I'm thinking calendar.
That's a good idea. Well, again, guys, want to thank you for joining us on our first episode. We're really excited to get this thing launched and off the ground here. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is that you're listening to this. Please drop us a like and be sure to follow. We'll be dropping 1 episode every month for the rest of forever. So you can't get rid of us now. We'll take up residence in that phone, and we're excited to come at you live each and every month. Again, this podcast is built around conversations with car wash operators. So if membership is something on your mind that you're interested in, that you're actively pursuing, be sure to reach out to EverWash. We're here in your corner throughout your entire journey with membership. So want to thank everyone for being here, and we'll catch you next month. Until then, have a good one.